All right, everyone. We are ready for Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2. And take it away, pbb8.
All right. Hello, my name is Paul, or pbb8. I am running the Legacy of Kain. Oops, I did not mean to start the game. Let's get back in here. The Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2 Remastered. Very long name, the any percent version of that. And I am joined here by Matt.
Hello.
So, honestly, sorry.
Oh, no, an interesting you, Kevin.
No, I think we can probably just start the game. I think there will be some kind of skips to talk, but there will be a good amount of downtime as well. There's a lot of running and jumping, as you'll see. So if we're good on timer, I think we can probably just get this going. All right, we can start in 3. Well, should I start at start? Yeah, I'll just do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Normally, with the live split, the auto splitter of it, it starts right at that cutscene, but there's no point in trying to time that on a marathon, so that's why I was a little confused on the timer. Yeah, so if you want to kind of explain the tricks here, apparently I just learned that this first trick skips like half the game, so if you want to just kind of explain the what I'm doing and how this is even happening.
Yeah, so basically what he's doing now is a glitch called time stop, where when you're like in the time menu to like change worlds or whatever, you don't have collision, and we can basically do a glitch called breakout. And what that does is it lets you move in like the look mode, and you can do other inputs during that. So if you open and close the time stop menu and then pause the game and then hold the time stop menu and unpause it, it will trigger the time stop menu as soon as you unaim, and what that does is it lets you move during it. So we can literally airwalk, walk through walls, float, do whatever we want, and that's what he's doing right now to skip a lot of stuff. So at the start, this skip's really big. I don't know exactly how much it skips, but it's maybe like 60-70% of the game. It's really, really big. But there's some other stuff we can do with this glitch too. So like you'll see him do very soon, where if you open and close, if you do breakout, so you can do breakout on enemies. So what you do is you just lock onto an enemy, and then you can just move for some reason. We don't know why, but it just works. So if you do that and then open and close the menu and then jump and then let go of the button, you lose collision. And he's going to do that here to jump through the wall, and then he's going to close the menu to regain control. It just saves opening the door like that. So that's not time stop, but it's a kind of variant of the same glitch. And that's basically the glitch is explained. That's literally what he's going to be doing pretty much the entire run. Those two glitches are pretty much the cusp of the game. There's not really much else that you're going to do. But what you do need to do is make sure you hit certain triggers. So you'll see him go to certain spots or walk past certain areas before he does a glitch, because you need to hit loading triggers. You can't hit loading triggers during time stop. So you have to make sure you hit a loading trigger before you do the glitch, or it just won't work. So like right here, he has to trigger this cutscene to load the next area, or you can't get there. There is collision there, but it just doesn't load in. And yeah, now he's basically done the first big skip. That's all of those. He did a lot of little tricks there, but he's done the first big skip. We're basically like 60-70% through the game, and now he's just going to jump for about 2 minutes. Really fun. If you want to, if you want to say any things about the run or whatever.
Yeah, we have hit the big running section, and I mean there is technically a technique that you can use for making this faster. You basically just try to time it. Every time you hit the ground, like right when you hit it, you're supposed to jump. So that is, the only tech here, but otherwise you are just jumping through the map for a couple minutes here. So it's pretty low downtime. I think this game, especially just marathon wise, was a little bit more scary for me to kind of run it, because with all of these, you're doing time stop, when you're doing anything where you're kind of like freezing the game and kind of glitching it. If you're not, like, if you don't load the cut screen close enough, like if I was too far into the door, if I wasn't close enough into the door, I would, basically soft lock the aim. And so there's so many ways. Yes. Yeah. You just
And that
fall
can
through the
happen
ground.
everywhere.
Yep. Anytime I'm doing one of those time stops where I'm like pulling up the menu and stuff is a chance to break the game and kill the run, basically. At the beginning, I can, you know, soft lock it and reset because it's like the first couple minutes. But once I do it any time pass now, I don't have time to restart.
Yeah, it sucks because the problem with this game is it has no checkpoints for quitting out. So you do get checkpoints for if you die, but if you have to quit to the menu, you're screwed because you can't load a save. You don't have one. So the only point in the run he's going to make a save is near the end, and that's just to update the game to give you the Reaver back for the final boss. Before that point, you can't do anything. So if he messes up at any point from now till there, the run's just dead. Which is unfortunate, but it kind of makes it a bit more exciting, I guess.
It is, and I'm sure for people that run the game.
Yeah. There's not much in the way of difficult tricks, really. And there's a lot of ones that can be difficult, but you can do them like easier and it's not that much slower. So like, for example, I'm assuming he's going to jump to this door here. If he messes up the timing to like let go of the button to regain control, you can fall through the floor and then you just soft lock and that's it. So it is very sketchy.
This is one where I know where you jump up here and jump through that wall, but I am opting out of that one. That one was too hard.
But he saves a couple seconds.
What, 5 seconds? Yeah, or something like that.
But there's some really cool skips in this run. And if you like glitches where you just go through walls and stuff, it's fun and it's very easy to learn. So originally, I learnt this game when the remaster came out. So I was the first person to do a run of the remaster, and I'd never run the original. But I finally figured out how to do the glitch from the original, and I actually found a new way to do it. So on the original game, the same glitch existed, but you had to do it frame perfectly. So you had to time letting go of aim and then opening time stop on the same frame to be able to do the glitch. And it sucked. And on the remaster, it was borderline impossible. So then I figured out that you can literally just pause the game and just pause buffer the button, and it makes it so much easier to run. So if it wasn't for that, I would definitely not have submitted this to this Speedromizer, because it would have been hell for someone to learn that version where you have to frame perfectly do it. But thankfully, you don't have to do that anymore, so that's good.
I appreciate that. I think the other infuriating part about this game is the swimming mechanics.
Yeah, I hate the swimming.
I kind of flop around. Like, I was thinking about like why it's so difficult, and it's hard to just explain it if you're just looking at it. It looks like I'm just
sucks
goofing it up. But I think the issue for me, at least mentally, is that you like control the camera and the movement with the same just left stick.
Yeah.
And so you have to like account for that. Oh, I just moved the right stick. That is the other part. You have to use the D-pad to. No. You have to use the D-pad right here.
You want to use D-pad, or you can't. If you move the camera, the controls just get all wonky, and you can't walk in the direction you want to do. But it doesn't do that with the D-pad, so that's why we use controller. You have to run this with controller. Running this on keyboard and mouse is extremely difficult.
Couldn't even imagine. You had some good suggestions for like basically e-binds, or for for the controller the bindings for the controller to swap around. Like I would never normally jump with like the left shoulder button or whatever, but in this game you have to, because there's just some weird things. So I feel like
you really want to be able to move the camera while you're jumping in this game. So I bound jump to L1. In my tutorial I made, I also mentioned to do that, and PB also did that as well. There's a couple of other things like the actual glyph menu, the time stop menu. You want that on a button that's easy to press, so I picked L2. Same thing with the aiming, same thing with the lock on. It really doesn't matter what controls you have set to be able to do it fast as possible. But the problem is you can't do time stop too fast. You can actually, it just won't work if you do it too quickly. So it's kind of a thing where you don't want to be too quick, but you also don't want to be too slow either. You're wasting time. Thankfully though, this game the timer pauses when you pause the game, so you don't have to rush to like do the last few inputs. You can just chill. I don't really like that though. I wish it didn't pause when you pause the game, but it is what it is.
I think when I first watched, or I watched your very, very helpful tutorial and learned most of the things and was running the game, and I was like, okay, I'm still like 6+ minutes behind. I don't know how, I know you guys are smooth with with your first and second place runs, but I was like, why am I doing things like so slowly? How is this happening? And
honestly, time save game just comes from nowhere. So I remember when I got like a 14:30, I was like, oh my god, that run's insane. And then I ran again and beat it by like 20 seconds. I was like, how did I just do that? For some reason in this game, I just kept saving time, and I don't know why or how I was doing it, but I was. So yeah, you can save a lot of time in this game just by
randomly,
the tiniest things. Yeah,
that's funny. But then I did learn some new strats that you guys showed, which made it so much easier. There's been a couple of strats where I think it was like some sort of double jump that was just really painful for me to learn. And then I watched your run and it didn't have it, and I was so happy.
Yes, so was I when I figured out that you could do that. It's like, oh no,
that's tragic.
That's fine. It's not soft lock though. It's fine.
It is thankfully one of the times where you don't soft lock. Yes.
But yeah, so like the skip that he's doing right now, before you would get onto a little platform, and then you would do a boosted crouch jump to get enough height to glide over there. And then I just thought, well, why can't you just time stop to it? And you could. You just time stop and then jump, and it just works. And I don't understand why no one was doing that either. But I found a lot of small optimizations in this game. Overall, did save a lot of time. Like this
time,
one,
but also probably just like pain. Like just it made the run so much easier to run. I think too. So appreciate you finding those.
Apart from the skip at the end where you have to jump through that door. I wish I hadn't found that.
That's true. I will not be doing that or attempting it. Maybe if I was on
it wouldn't be a soft lock in a marathon because the save is right there, but for an actual PB attempt, it's awful.
Not worth it, yeah. You need to shave like a second. I have other ways to optimize this still. Or jumping, or swimming. Yeah, if there's a way to not do the swimming, it'd be great. You also have to like spam, because I think the actual swimming, like I don't think you don't move unless you press the
It's better to time the button, yeah. You can spam it, but it's actually better to time the jump to like do the swim forward, but I suck at timing it because it messes up my actual movement, so I just smash the button. I hate it.
I see, okay.
Yeah, so if you're wondering what the hell's going on, why is he going in and out of the same areas over and over again? So basically this game consists of going to different times. So at the start of the run, he literally went to the future, I believe. Literally straight away, which you're not meant to do. That's what that door was for. So he went to the future, and then he just went to the past, and now he's in the past, and now he's going back the way he came to the start. So this game is literally just a big loop where you just change the time zones and then just do that. So as you can see, he's in the same area he was at the start, but it looks a lot different because now we're in the past. And we're going to kill ourselves, literally. We're literally going to kill our past self is what we're doing. Yeah, thankfully, from this point to the end, it's pretty smooth sailing, honestly. I don't think there's much really that's very difficult to do. Hopefully.
It's pretty chill for here.
Just make it to the save and then you'll be fine.
Yep, right. And at this point, if I were to crash it, we would... Oh, that's stuck there. We would lose out on a couple minutes of the run itself, but I can basically guarantee we will see the final cutscene because of that save. So, yes, at this point, obviously, if we, could not reset the run, but we just a little bit. Yeah, most of this is pretty chill thing.
Also, the best added benefit to the remastered version is you can skip cutscenes, and if anyone has played Soul River 2, the cutscenes are really long in some spots, so being able to skip them is so good. It's so good. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, the speedrun would suck.
Not this one. This is the one that This is one of the new ones that I just learned. Sometimes I get lost in there, but there we go.
If I tried to run it again right now, I'd get lost as well, trust me. Been a while, been a few months.
That's fair.
I was going to rewatch my run before
game?
you did it to like jog my memory, but I was like, nah, it's fine, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
You plan to keep playing this game, or have you put it away?
I mean, knowing that I'm only a second behind world record really bothers me, so I will go back at some point.
That's
I don't
fair.
know when though.
Okay.
I can't let me and Pyro had like a really good back and forth, but like over a week or two, we just traded record over and over and over again, like pretty much every day. It was so fun.
That's so.
I can't let him keep it after all that. You know what I mean? I gotta do it again.
Oh no. This gonna.
I think you need to go left more, or you didn't hit the load trigger. I don't.
This is the one that.
There's a seam on the. There's a seam on the floor. I think it's further forward.
Might be.
Oh no, you're not in the right spot yet. I don't think. Are you?
Oh, did I? Am I early? Maybe I'm early.
Yeah, I think you're doing it early.
They look so similar. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh.
You.
Oh wait, technically. Okay.
Oh no, wait. You could have done it from but this is the
That's
old
true.
strat. Never mind.
Yep. Oh, that's okay. I'm just gonna go through.
You don't need to do that, Skip. It's just
It's
saves
not
a bit
too
of time.
much. Okay. It's a little wonky, but I saw you do it in the PB, so I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. But I just opted to play that normally. There was no skips there.
Yeah,
Now
there you have to. There's a
save.
really specific line on the floor, and you have to also make sure you're looking the right direction so you don't get lost when you do it.
That makes sense. Okay.
But we can't soft lock now. We made it.
But we've done it.
You'll at least see the end.
Thank goodness. I will not be. This
Game is extremely long glitchless, by the way. It's like, without on remaster, it's kind of fast because you can skip the cutscenes. But on the original game, the glitchless run is about like 3.5 hours, and he's doing it in 20 minutes. So to put that in perspective, it's a very long game.
Alright, controllers. Got this.
Yeah, the time stop has a really weird bug where like you'll keep moving even if you let go of the stick, and it's really annoying.
I'm gonna try going this way.
About
This
it.
is a little easier to see. There we go. Ah. There we go.
There you-
Jeez. All right. There we go.
And he's actually walking on ice right there, but it's just on still.
Yep. I also get lost in this end part, but I think I'll be okay now. But the first times I did runs, I was like, which wall? This part of the map looks so similar, I think. Skip over this person, which probably is a boss. I'm not sure.
The two guys in the courtyard that you use time stop on or do breakout on, those are bosses. But you just don't fight them because this AI is just broken. It's actually your brothers, and they're really hard to kill. Take ages. I played this game once casually. I know what's going on, clearly.
Yeah, of course.
I don't, not really.
I did not opt to play casual.
Yeah, so these are your brothers, and they're actual bosses, but just ignore them.
Well, they're getting relatively close on time as well. It's pretty clear when it happens, but I want to give like a 1-ish minute.
He's gonna do the final boss. Once the final boss is dead and the cutscene triggers, that's time.
Go see myself. Is this my past self or is this my current self? Oh.
It's your past self. And I love his face. There's a meme where he's got put in like a really weird, funny face, and I love it.
Alright, once he dies here, which will be in a couple more hits, it will be about time, so...
Also, this sucks without the Reaver, by the way. Because casually you don't have the Reaver here.
Oh, really? So you're just dealing super...
Yeah, you don't have the
damage.
Reaver, so you just have a sword, and you just fight him with that sword. It's not fun.
It is interesting, though, that you can... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say you can do the same strat. I think it just takes a lot longer to kill him.
Way longer. And the strat that he's talking about is targeting and then just timing the attack button. It is. I could have held up my controller and done it one hand, but
yeah, you just basically stun lock him over and
kill.
over again, so he can't hit you. Yeah.
Yep. But that's
Very
the run. Wow. We didn't super. Yeah, we didn't do anything terrible. 1836.
That's not bad. 1844. That's not bad. Real time.
1844. Yep. Not bad at all.
GG's, man. Good run.
I will take it. Yeah. No, thank you. It is. Yeah. Again, the scariest part of this game is just any time where you can basically kill it. So I was like, for a marathon's sake, I want to just get through the game so people can see it and see all the fun shenanigans in it.
I do have a question for you though.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep running it? Are you gonna try and get a bit of time?
I don't know. It's possible, but it's so hard because there's that one save state that you talked about at the end, but everything else you just have to run through the game and get to the point where you want to practice it. So that's hard for me. I like to just be able to have like a save state where I can just
you can
run
make
the
saves.
same thing over.
There is certain spots where you can save for like certain skips. I mean, if you want to, if you do end up wanting to do it, I can show you where they are and you can give it a go.
That might be helpful. Yeah, it'd be nice to maybe get on the podium. I could say maybe getting to a third place spot would be cool. Right now I'm in 4th, which is cool, but there's 4 people on the leaderboard board. Yeah, don't say that part. Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, it'd be
third
fun.
place would be good.
Third place would be cool. So yeah, I think I would try that, especially if you were able to figure out those save states for me. That would be just easier to practice, I guess. But otherwise, I mean, it was fun. It's satisfying to have those like skips and like to figure out it finally, like after watching a video and then being like, okay, what's the input? It's a satisfying game to kind of break and get through. You can tell that you were just totally ignoring most of the game. So that's fun. That's exciting. So if you like that kind of stuff and you like these weird, like out of bounds, a very out of bounds sort of game too. So it's fun. Yeah. It's a good time. It's and you don't a little bit scary marathon.
You don't do any bit of combat until the final boss as well, which is funny to me.
You're right. No, you're right. That's true. But yeah, it was fun. I appreciate you submitting the game. It was a good time.
I appreciate you running it. Someone actually learned one of my games. Yes, everyone else just gave up every time I did it.
Oh no. I stuck through. No, it was fun. You were super helpful in just getting the auto splitter set up or just explaining tricks where I'm like, what is this? This doesn't make sense. So it was made it a lot easier to do, but yeah, it was a good time. Any shout outs or anything for you for
I'd just like to shout out Pyro, who's the other main runner of this other than me, who me and him, like I said, had a really big back and forth changing records, and we came up with a bunch of new strats together, and it was a lot of fun. So shout out to him, and shout out to you for running the game. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on commentary with you.
Yeah, I guess for shout outs for me, buddy who's watching, I posted it to some friends. I see Obzilla in there, my coworker as well, so I might have some coworkers that are watching as well too. Thanks also to my wife for taking care of the boys downstairs and during my practice sessions and all of that too, making it possible to have just kind of a chill run right now too. So I'm gonna go take the boys away so she can have some time off as well. But yeah, appreciate everybody watching. And again, feel free to join the Discord or whatever for this run. It was a good time, but that's all we got.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for that run of Legacy Kain Soul Reaver 2 by pbb8, and thank you Matt for commentary and submitting that run. That was 80% unrestricted. Pretty interesting game. It looks really familiar to me. I must have seen it at some point, or maybe maybe the previous game or a sequel or something. It looks pretty fun. But anyway, we will take a short break, and then as we were getting ready for Disruptor being ran by Tempest Mask, we will have Infinity Gene on commentary. We will be right back. right, welcome back everyone. We are getting and finishing setup. We will be starting with Disruptor here shortly. Just real quick to remind you all, this is Speedromizer 7, parody marathon, where what you submit is not what you run. All of the runs that are being done today have been submitted by a teacher and ran by someone else who had roughly 3 months to learn the game. If that sounds like fun to you, join our Discord. In addition to that, if you'd like to own a piece of Speedromizer history, we are auctioning off the capsule machine that was used for the games. There's a picture of that. Check out the auction channel on Discord. To remind you all real quick, before we get over there as well, we do have a new target entered up. Exclamation point donate in the chat. You can donate to Speedromizer. All money goes directly to them. There is no middleman or anything of that sort. It goes directly to support people in the British Columbia area. So when you go to donate, you have an option for polls on the left and targets on the right. For the tabs there, you can select a poll and a target to put your donation towards. Currently, for tomorrow, for Wario World, we have Eros wears a full Wario cosplay set to 75 Canadian dollars. If you would like to see that, please get money into that for today, and then we will see that tomorrow. This is in addition to seeing Eros eat a bite of raw garlic as well. And so if you'd like to see Wario in cosplay eating some garlic and playing Wario World on the GameCube, be sure to get those donations in. Got the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Fatso in the chat. A little shaky on the details, but I know that DJ Fatso is the whole reason why this exists. And he was told by many people along the way that this could not be done. There was too many moving parts to have a randomized run and game marathon. Well, here we are with Speedromizer 7. And I think we're going pretty strong here. What do you all think? did just see a donation. We got DJ Fatso sending $6 Canadian going towards the Wario World. Arrows wears a full Wario cosplay and says, let's get the ball rolling on this incentive. The world needs more Wario. I could not agree more. And that does bring our total raise for community from last weekend and this weekend to 1,155 cents Canadian. Everyone?